Okay, that's the support setting covered. The next thing we're gonna look at is, so we've done supports, repair. So I'll be honest, I've not used Chitubox's repair tool set a lot. I use Mesh Mixer again to fix any breaker mesh. And ZBrush generally outputs pretty clean meshes, so that's, yeah. So that's why I don't use the repair function a lot. Detect. So let's hit detect and we'll let it run through. So those of you that use both Chitubox Pro repairs and also Mesh Mixer, if you want to let me know the difference between the two different software tool sets in the comments, yeah, that would be great. And what have you found that Chitubox can do, Mesh Mixer can't do? So it does, yeah. So it looks like, okay, so it looks like what it does is it detects any floating islands, excess shells, any weird holes, and then any bad sides. So when we say bad sides, that means the normals have been reversed. So you might come across some models that appear as completely black, or maybe only certain areas that appear as completely black. That means the normals have been reversed, and that can cause issues with printing. And also intersection, that means if there's any penetration through unclean models. So I do most of my cleanup in ZBrush and also Mesh Mixer. So yeah, as you can see, there's no errors in this mesh. So I can't show you what it does. What is this coat outer surface function though? Is that new? That feels like it's new. Oh no, yeah, coat. No, that seems. Okay, so it seems like. Whoa. Okay, so the old version definitely runs slower when we are viewing the wireframe of the model. In the new version, seems like there's been a significant graphic interface update, which is great. Yeah, so you can see how it's lagging here, whereas, well, I can't show you now, it's doing some weird thing. Please let me cancel. I am going to cancel. And holy shit. Okay, so one bad thing about this type of operation is that there is no cancel button. I want to cancel. That is naughty. That is bad. Because now I have to sit here and God knows how long this is going to take. And I haven't saved my project. So now I have to start over. So guys, make sure you save your project before doing any sort of intensive operations. In this case, I did the coat outer surface, which is now stuck at 15%. And there's no way for me to cancel it. I am pressing escape. Wow, okay, so it looks like I have to restart the application. So, well, hold on, it's, it might finish. Yes, okay, it finished doing something. I have no idea what it did. Let's get out of this. Okay, okay, and let me save this project. No, I'm just doing this as a video anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But just in case I have to go back to it. Okay, so the next thing I want to look at. So yeah, you can see, I can feel the graphic interface is a lot faster. Um, and you can see it's a pretty dense mesh. It's almost 3.5 million triangles. So it's a pretty dense mesh, and it still runs really fast. So good job there in the graphics update. If you're running as I said, I'm running a GTX 3080. So it's a pretty good graphics card. So yeah, your mileage might be different. Okay, let's have a look at analyze and measure. So yeah, okay, I think that's the same as before. Again, I've not used these before. I think the collision detection is on by default now. So let's have a look at the display size. Yeah, okay, that does cool. What I was wanting to look at was on their website there was a new some advertising about checking thicknesses, analyzing thicknesses or something. So, yep, we've had a look at magic support, shortcuts. I have to play with that. I've not noticed anything about the loading, but maybe on heavier meshes. Island detection, it feels similar, but maybe has sped up. Slicing and saving. Let's play with that next, and we'll just check that. What else? Cavity. Okay, yeah. So this is what I wanted to have a play with. So that's this. Detect the closed cavity structure of the model. Can I switch it off? Okay. So I think what this does is it just shows you if any of your inside wall is penetrating through to the outside, so any sort of super thin geometry or overlapping geometry. That may be what that does. When I click it, I can't see any explanation on what exactly it does. Feature has been hollowing. Maybe there has been improvements in hollowing and digging. It didn't feel like it. We've looked at magic support. It's like a stack, action stack. Not really super useful for creating custom layers or groups of supports, which I thought was what it did. And yeah, uploading your settings to the cloud, I think that's going to be useful as well. So for backup, and as well as if you are jumping on somebody else's computer, or if you're working off site, that would be useful. But you know, you can always export out your settings as .cfg files, and that's always been there. Colors at your command. Yeah, so this support grouping needs a bit of work. I would like to see the ability to isolate and then visualize turning off the toggling on and off, just like, you know, Photoshop layers, basically. That's going to be useful. Right now, it really doesn't do anything. It's just literally showing you the magic support action stack. Batch supports. Is that new? I thought it always had that. Let's have a look. I mean, that feels like it's just a line, right? Yeah, that just feels like it's a line, unless I am at line, brush, so what does this mean? Batch supports instant creation. That's always been there, guys. Don't put it in. Don't put it in as a new thing. Unless I'm wrong, then feel free to correct me. Automatic support, yeah, that's always been there. Manual supports, that's always been there. Okay, so guys, so it looks like we have gone through most of what I can see as the new thing in Chitubox version 2. I've just clicked on symmetrical support and hasn't done anything, so not quite sure what that did. But yeah, anyway, guys, so it looks like we've gone through the main updates, changes to Chitubox Pro version 2 from 1.4, which is a previous version I'm running. So off the bat, the color scheme has changed, a little bit darker now, might be better for the eyes. The setup process of the printers, if you go to the start of the video, you can see it's a little bit different. And overall, yeah, it's not too bad. I wouldn't say it's I really wouldn't say it's a version 2 update. Besides from the visual, the visual change, nothing else has changed too much. So it's up to you if you want to update. Actually, let's check slicing, right? Because we haven't done that. Because they're saying that the big thing is how fast it slices and saves. So let's try it. So I'm just going to quickly add some supports in. And then we will go back to prepare. Alright, so let's have a look at slicing and saving. So I'm just going to add some quick auto supports here. So the other thing they advertised as an update to version 2 is faster slicing and saving. So let's slice this model. So this feels like it's all new. This is calculating. And okay, it's sliced the whole model. So let's go back, and I'm just going to delete these hidden ones. Are you going to show me? Okay. Yeah, so let's get rid of that. So we're just slicing one head here. And then if we do a comparison. So I mean, slicing, this is a pretty simple model, so it's already pretty fast. I think this might be new here, parameter manager, okay. I don't really use this too much. So I may be not too familiar with what I'm explaining here. So, but in terms of visually, the interface and how fast it is, I mean, I don't see a huge change. Besides these updates. The printer details are shown here. Preview. Your island detection is now on the right here, whereas before it's up here. And okay, so one thing that that's different is that in the old version, the calculation of the volume and the time can sometimes take quite long, so you can actually toggle that off in the settings. But looking at the new version here, it seems like it's quite quick now, right? So that's good. Calculating the volume. Now in the old version, you still have the the estimate down here as well, which feels like it's not that accurate, right? So if we look at this, so if we add both of these together, it's probably about 77 mils, okay? And then if we do a slice, so this would be a more accurate calculation. Oh, sorry, 54.15. Okay, so I think that's the total. Yeah, that's the total, isn't it? Did they change how it's worded? Yeah, okay, so they have changed how it's worded. So it used to be called all, which actually makes more sense. So all is the total combined, and then that's how much the support is. Whereas they've changed it to target and support. Why? There was no need to change this. Yeah. Okay, so that's all and support. So calculation seems pretty spot on. I do believe you can toggle this off if you want. So I might have to do that because that sometimes can take quite long on a large build plate. And let's save the slice and we'll see how long that takes. Let me just find the location. Now this is not the exact same model I'm slicing here, so just bear that in mind, won't you? But maybe we can see. And also has added a bunch of different names, which yeah, you can change and adjust this in the settings, so I might have to get rid of all this crap here, not really needed. I thought CBDDLP, so generally I use CTB, right? Is that right? Yeah, CTB is the file you want. So this is gonna get pretty annoying if you, this is the project file, right? See the CBDDLP file is the project file, and then the CTB is the slice file. So, okay, so yeah guys, just make sure you select the right file type. I think that's a bug that they need to sort out, is that when you open up a save context menu, it will always default to the last file type that you saved as. So it's not a contextual file type save menu, meaning that you will just need to take extra care in the file type when you're saving things, exporting and saving things out. Alright, so that seemed pretty fast. Let's save this. This is in the old version. Yeah, okay, so it seems to be faster by probably about 50 to 80%. So if you look at that. Now I'm hoping the file format hasn't changed and it's exactly the same. Maybe I should actually, no. So let's go back. What I'm going to do, I'm going to export out this model and then slice it exactly the same model in both files. Old version, I'm going to delete this and import in the test. Okay, so just to show you guys, that's exactly the same. And let's do a slice and a save. Test old. So in the old version, it selects the right file type. See there? You can only select .ctb. Okay, this is the old version. Whereas in the new version, when you save the slice, it lists a whole bunch of shit. different file names, which shouldn't be the case. So that needs to be fixed, and I'm probably going to report that as a bug, but I'm sure they're aware of that. Okay, and then we'll slice this one. So you see how this is waiting? So this is calculating the different, all this stuff here. So you can turn that off. Okay, so this is the save window. This is the different type of files that you can slice to, file types you can slice to. So I guess you may need it, may need to change it. Whereas in the old version, you can only slice out as a .ctb file. In the new version, it supports all these other ones. Interesting. Okay. So that might not be a bug. Yeah, okay, so saving the slice file to CTB, definitely faster. And then let's open up the folder, we'll check the file sizes. And okay, so the old version 1.4 file size is slightly larger than the new version. Now I'm hoping that my printer will read the new version without having to muck around with the firmware. I don't really want to mess with the printer itself, so yeah, I guess I'll have to see. I'll have to actually try and test something from this new slicer on the printer just to make sure that the new version that will actually print okay. But as you can see, there's quite a big difference in the file size. But the slicing parameters should be both versions should be the same. Alright, so just as a final update on this video, with regards to the different file sizes for the version 2 and version 1.4 sliced output, the .ctb file. So I did ask the question on the Chitubox Facebook group, and one of the devs got back to me pretty quickly. And basically, yeah, this is what I asked. I'm testing Pro version 2. The file size of the slice CDB file is different. The question is, will the new CDB file print on my pure polyphenol? Do I need to update my printer firmware? Has any testing been done on the files actually being printed? Got a reply from Joseph. And he said, it should work as long as it has your printer's profile. So I don't see anything wrong with that. Number 2, do I need to update the firmware? The answer is no, you don't need to update the firmware. That's good. And number 3, testings were being done during dev. The software is more advanced. Also, the print result is better. Not sure how the print result will be better since all the settings are the same, but yeah, it looks like this smaller file size should be okay to print on my pure polyphenol without updating the firmware. So my guess is they're just using a stronger compression on these files to get the file size smaller. Not sure, but yeah. The next thing for me is to test the slice files and see if they will work. But alright guys, thanks for watching. This is the end of the video. So I hope you enjoyed it, and maybe if you have experiences with the new version of Chitubox Pro version 2, and any notes or anything that I missed out, let me know in the comments, and maybe I'll make a follow-up video. But as far as general usage goes, I've been using Chitubox Pro for probably about 6 years, maybe even more. Yeah, this new update, it seems pretty good. Good quality of life improvements overall. So if there aren't any bugs, any issues from other users, I think it would be a worthy update from your old version 1.4 to version 2. There aren't too many new things that you need to learn, so workflow wise, I think it's just about getting used to the new interface and checking your settings that you have imported in from your old versions, and just making sure that everything slices the same as before and getting used to the new interface. So that's it. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.